My name is Seth K Bani, and today I'm going to show you how to design this. Alright guys, so let's jump into Photoshop and then let's create a new document. Now I'm going to use a square size. As you all know, I like using square size a lot. I'm going to keep it 1500. I'm going to keep it pixels here. I'm also going to keep it 72 here, and pixels per inch, RGB, 8-bit, white. And then let's name it photo manipulation, and then click on create. Now I feel like telling you a short story of a friend of mine. Let's give it some rulers. I asked this friend of mine, hey, you said you wanted me to teach you Photoshop, right? So let's start. And I started teaching this guy. It took me like a month or two to finish all the tutorials and everything. Taught him well, and then I told him that he should practice. I gave him about 100 flyers to edit. That when you are done with this flyer, you are going to be a pro. Now this guy did some few tutorials. When he got to around 20 flyers, he stopped. Okay, so let's create a new let's create gradient fill. Sorry, let's type in this code. Let's choose somewhere this. Let's choose this, and then let's type in this code 9B7661 for this, and then click here in the middle here. Let's type in this as well, E6C1A7. Awesome. Here let's choose FFF, so it's like color white. Now okay, let's choose circular or radial, and then choose reverse. Also this looks to the white looks to this, and let's type 144. Alright, so that's good. Let's put it in the folder. Let's call it PG. So I told this guy, he designed about 20 something, and then he decided not to do it again. But I kept quiet because I spent my time. I didn't even charge you. Then later on, this guy came to me that he has a contract. A certain lady wants him to design a flyer for her. I said, oh cool, that's cool, that's cool. So use what I taught you, right, and then make money out of it. And then he came to me saying, no, he can't do it. And I'm like, why can't you do it? And it's like the lady wants her to use photo manipulation. She wants him to use put the image in a certain environment and cut this and put the product in the hands and create some shadows, and he doesn't know how to do it. And I said, you didn't design the flyers I gave you. You should have designed the flyers that I gave you. He says he did it. So I said, I ain't gonna do it either. The money that the lady wanted to give her was also not enough, so I decided not to touch it. I ain't gonna touch it. What I'm trying to say is simple, that everything you do in graphic design, every tool you use, every skill you learn, you are going to apply it somewhere else. And so this photo manipulation you are doing is going to go a long way to help you. So anytime you find something like this, just grab onto it and just find a way to learn them. Alright, so this is great. I think this is good, works well for me. And then the next thing we are going to do is, let's give it a mask, and then brush. I don't like this brush. Okay, so let's choose the soft round brush. Let's make sure the hardness is 0, and then the opacity 100, the flow 100. Let's set here to black, and then come and click here, and then let's just delete this side. Something like this is cool, right? Okay, let's put it in the middle. Let's start with the result. You see, let's start with the result. There is it. Drag it in there, and this is where the magic is. You need to really position the result very well, else you will not get the effect you are looking for. Let's zoom in as well. Alright, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it this way. Now you can see that the trees are sticking out of some of the trees are sticking out of the attire. That's what I want. You can also see over here that this one is also sticking out. You can see it's sticking out. The house is sticking out. That is also what I want as well. but then I also like to drag it in there a little bit, just a little bit. Let's see. So something like this is good, something like this is good. Let's see. So this taken out, this taken out, this taken out. You need to be very careful over here, because when you get it wrong over here, you will not be able to have the effect we are looking for. So make sure, at least you could make sure this touches the lips, the bottom of the lips. Some of the trees are sticking out here, because we are going to cut this out, and then this house is also sticking out as well, and then I think we are good to go. So you click on OK, and then we would give it a full, exactly, duplicate it 3 times, and then mask all of them. Oh sorry, make them invisible. And once you make them invisible, the bottom one, change it to overlay, and then clip it to it. See, now it creates a very blending, nice blending mode in there. Give it a mask, pick your brush, click here, use a soft round brush, 100, and then black over here. Reduce the size of the brush, make sure your caps lock is also off, and then you just clean here, just clean there, and just clean the hands here too as well. You want all this side to be off. Now let's increase it a little bit. Oh boy, once you increase it, you destroy the entire flow. So I'll have to delete these ones as well, and then yeah, that's it. So once you increase the size, everything else goes with it. That's how it works. So let's drag it down again. Okay, drag it down again. Okay, so there's a little space over here, just a little space over here. That's what I'm looking for, just a little space over here. And then let's see, let's still mask it, and then let's clean it. Let's just clean here. Now duplicate it, and this time make it normal. Okay, duplicate it again, and then hide the topmost one. In fact, take away all the mask, delete layer mask, and then delete layer mask. Now with this one, clip it to it again, create clipping mask. It's going to be in there, and then mask it all over, and then let's just reduce the opacity to around 70 something, you see, and then just clean the edges, make it look quite real. Let's see what we can clean here as well. So something like this is great. Over here to let's delete or clean this side. Let's set it to 100. Clean that side. So you're going to have something like this. Now with this one, we are going to cut the trees over here. We are going to cut this one as well, and so pay quite close attention to it. Let's increase it, and then let's reduce the size a little bit, the opacity a little bit. Okay, so that's it, just a little bit, so that we can see it clearly. Now what we are going to do is, so reduce it to around 40%. We're going to use our pen tool and zoom in as well. We're going to use our pen tool But to really cut it nicely, you would have to zoom in very well. I would wish you zoom in until you get 400% over here. You see where my pen, my mouse is. Zoom in until you get 400% over here. All right. Now, once you do that, you would see this side. We are going to cut this side. Just don't cut everything. You can't get everything, I know, right? But just try something like that. You know. Yeah, I then cut it like this. No, in fact, let me come down a little bit. Yeah, let me start cutting it from here. It becomes more beautiful if you zoom in well. If you don't zoom in and you cut it, it will not look cool. But once you zoom in and you cut it, even if you make some few mistakes, the ordinary eyes cannot detect it very easily. Alright. Now I understand if you are not good with a pen to take your time and do it. You can pause this video. But then I've been doing this for quite some time now, so as you can see, I'm going quite faster. So now once you have something like this, right click it and then click make selection. Make sure the feathers is 0. Click on OK. You're going to have this, and then you go to select over here and then go to save selection. Name it here, name it 1, and then click on OK, and then Ctrl D to hide it. So now your selection is over there. Anytime you want to go back for your selection, you can easily go back for it. That's the cool aspect of it. And then let's come here. Let's see which other thing is taken out. Alright, so these are all taken out. You can see that this is the image, right? So all these are taken out, and we're going to work on it. So let's start with here. We're not only going to cut the house, we also want to cut the palm trees behind them. In fact, let's zoom in one more time. Then let's cut them. So now I think now you understand how the pen tool works, right? So I'll put this on speed. Okay, so here try and then align it like that, and then bring it like that, and then bring it like that. Take your time, do it like this, do it like that, do it like that, and then click somewhere here. Now you can see some stairs over here. I don't want to cut it out, so I'm going to I'm going to trace it because I want it to show. I'm going to trace it, and then I'm going to come here, and this happens when you zoom in well. You can see all the details as well. Come here, and then you can see it goes here into the image, and that is what I'm looking for. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see it well. So this is what I'm looking for, and then I can bring it in to the image, and then zoom out a little bit, and then join it to this, and then right click it, and then click on make selection. Make sure the feathers is 0. Click on OK, and then go here and then save selection. Over here type 2 and then OK. So now we have 2 selections saved. Okay, now give it a mask. Give it a mask so you can see it over here, and that's cool. You can see it over here. Now go back to here and then click on load selection, and then over here click here and then choose 1. Click on OK. It's going to load 1 selection for us. Click on your brush to increase the size Also make sure here is color white, and then just paint on it. Make sure the opacity and the flow is 100% and just paint on it. Now let's boost the opacity here to 100%, and then that's just it. That's it. We are done with our effect. That is it. So anything else we add to it is just to boost the effect that we have created, because this is photo manipulation. We are done with our photo manipulation, right? Okay, so now that we have this, let's put it in a folder, and we are going to add more color grading to it. Let's call it man and resort. So let's open here, let's click here, let's give it a curve, and then clip it to it. That's this particular one. Clip it to it. Okay, now hit here 1, come here, hit here 2, and then drag this side down. Exactly. Let's see. That is what we are looking for. Also give it a level, and then clip it to it. The level, just drag this side over here. So 217 is quite good, just to bring the brightness out. But delete the mask, click on Alt and hold it, and then click on the mask again. It's going to make it black. Now click on your brush to make sure your caps lock is also off, and then hit over here. We want there to we don't want it to affect the face, and so we just hit it on the inside of it, just the image. That's all. So now let's bring our clouds. The first cloud we are going to bring is this. Drag it in there and put it somewhere here. Let's resize it. The second cloud we are going to bring is this. Let's drag it, resize it a little bit. Let's bring our third cloud. Oh, I don't have any other cloud. Alright, then let's duplicate this one. Right. I just want more clouds in there. We don't have any other cloud. Can you imagine? We don't have any other cloud. This is so crazy. Alright, so let's drag it here, something like this. It's cool. We can always reposition it if we want to, and then put it in a folder. Let's name them cloud. Guys, the only way you're going to get better is if you get behind your desk and then do this. Aside that, you will not get experience from any other way. Let's drag our plane into it. So I want you to open your laptop or let's flip it horizontal, your laptop, or behind your PC, your desktop, and then let's do this, please. Okay, I want you to be good. I want you to be better, because you're going to need this skill someday. Alright, then let's click on our brush to reduce the size. Clean the shadow. I'm using white here. Let me change it to black so that I can mask it. I'll click on this side and then clean the shadow. If yours is not clean, make sure the opacity is 100 and the flow is also 100. Okay, alright. And then I'm going to reduce it or resize it. I'm going to resize it. So something like this is great. Awesome. Let me drag this cloud into it just a little bit. Okay, let's give it more effect for the plane. So let's create a new layer and then click over here, then choose from here to somewhere here like this, and just get it like that. Okay. take your paint bucket, choose color white, and then just paint it in there. And then let's see. Okay, so there's something in there. That's great. Let's drag it. Awesome. Control B. Well, I've set my Control B to Gaussian blur, or my Gaussian blur to Control B. So if you can, if your Gaussian blur is different, go to filter, and then go to blur, and then go to Gaussian blur over here. Okay, they're going to have it set it to 3.7, and then going to have it like this. Duplicate it. Let's zoom in so that you can see what I'm trying to do. Okay. Now when the plane is going at the jet speed, normally it leaves a trail. How do I? Okay. No, no, no. Let me position it this way. It leaves a white trail behind. You see, it's what I'm trying to create. That's all. That's what I'm trying to create. Let's put this one here, and then let's drag it like that. And so that is it. Let's see. It doesn't look too. Let's duplicate it and see. Let's duplicate this one too and see. Okay, so you can see it in there. Let's put everything in the folder. Let's call it plane. Let's give it a mask, and then make sure caps lock is also off, and then perhaps clean here to hide the trace of the end. Alright, so now this is great. This looks quite good. Let's bring our birds or insects. Let's bring this butterfly, drag the butterfly in there. I don't even know where to leave this butterfly, but then let's resize it and then put it somewhere. Let's put it somewhere here, and then just to blend it in, let's reduce the opacity to around 64%. Blends it in nicely. Let's go and bring our bed, and then drag the bed in there like this. Resize it, drag it somewhere here, and then let's like this. Okay, now this also looks quite good, but then let's reduce the opacity to around 80%, just to blend it in quite good. Let's bring this one also in there, flip it horizontal, then make it quite smaller. Turn it somewhere here. Let's make the opacity also let's make it 70. In fact, let's make it 88. Let's see, 88. Alright, so it also blends inside nicely. Let's bring our last parrot. Now this is a resort, so I like to use friendly animals. If I put a lion in there, nobody's going to stay there, you know. So let me put this one closer to the trees, and then reduce it to, let's say, around 75 to 60. Let's make it 60%. So it's in there. No, let's make it 70, 75. Let's see. Okay, so 75 is good. Put it in a folder and let's name it Parrot a Butterfly. Okay, now let's bring our waterfall. The waterfall, I like to use just one element for this. Okay, so this is good. Give it a mask and then clean this side. Duplicate it. In fact, duplicate it and leave it there. Just duplicate and leave it there. Just duplicate a third time. Let's put one here. Okay. Now with this, let's just click over here. It doesn't want to work because of this. So let's make it convert to smart object. This way, when we Control T, we can be able to use the warp to make it somewhere like this. And then let's give it a mask. In fact, this one, let's also clean the top of it. Let's also clean the top of it. Let's clean the top of it. If you're not seeing it well, just zoom in so that you can see it quite clear. Let's give this one a mask too. Let's clean the top of it. Alright. Okay. Let's duplicate this too. Let's drag it. Sorry, let's drag it somewhere here. Let's see. And then let's duplicate this one again. Let's clean, delete mask. And then let's bring it somewhere here. Give it a mask now and then clean down there. Okay. Let's bring the last one. Let's bring this one. Whoa, but this one, the color looks different. So how do we rectify this? It's quite easy. Let's double click here to go to the layer styles, go to color overlay, change the color to color white, and then click on OK. Control T. Let's see how we would deal with this one. As a matter of fact, let's see how we can work. Let's click on the warp 2. Oh boy. Just play with the warp 2. Any shape you come with is cool. Just clean it. Just clean it. Alright, so let's put all of them in a folder too, and let's call it the waterfall. Now let's move straight to the last element, which is our balloons. I'll pick this. Now drag it into the distance. Very small like this. Drag it somewhere here. And then I'll turn the opacity to 21. So now it looks like it's in the distance. I'll pick this one, drag it in there, then resize it. This size is quite good. It looks quite closer, but let's still resize it a little bit. Something like this is good. Also, to blend it in, let's make the opacity around 60%. Let's see. Now let's look at our entire mix. And I think I need to do a little retouching around it. So let me go to the man over here, and then caps lock off, increase size. I just want to hide this side a little bit. Okay, and then even this side, wish I could hide it. Okay, so something like this is good, and then you can leave your signature there. Let me just say, let me close everything. Let me just sign Seth K Bani. So guys, this is how you create something like this. It's not that difficult, just a few principles you got to apply. And then let's make it color black or something like this, you know. So guys, please, this is how you create this. Please feel free to comment below and like this video. I also like it very much if you smash the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon, so that anytime I release new videos you won't miss out on any of them. I love you all guys. See you in the next tutorial.